Hello everybody and welcome back to a man who finally defeated the final boss on the London property ladder. My name is Edinger and, you know, I actually did it. I now own a flat. If you guys have been along with me for this crazy stressful journey, you know that I literally thought this would be so much faster. This was supposed to be a seamless type of thing. 1 month I'm in Liverpool and then hey, I'm in a new flat. But regardless, here I am. There's so much that actually went down the final week, even the final minutes before Christmas Eve, where I nearly still didn't get the place. I have to find some time to edit that second channel vlog to show you all that behind the scenes stuff because it's crazy. But you're probably wondering, why the heck do I hold a bagel in my hands right now? Well, buying a flat, getting my first ever property, there's a lot of things I really forgot to think about. I actually gotta put this bagel down. in the last couple months where I was just kind of not really believing this would ever happen, I have been working on an interior design app and I've been just building out all the things I want, like a coffee table and the exact type of sofa and the throw and the bed and that type of stuff. However, yeah, sure, that's nice, that's fun to think about, but there's so many things that are involved in a flat that I never once thought about. You might laugh at me and say, Evan, that's just stupid. How did you not consider a toaster? I don't know, it wasn't on the top of my priority list, I guess. I'm still waiting for it to arrive, so at this point I just bite into my bagels raw, dip it in some cream cheese. It's not the best solution. But there's just a lot of weird things that you wouldn't expect, or at least I wouldn't have expected to need, like I've got a bathroom, all the things you need, except, well, there's no toilet paper holder. I mean, you don't need a toilet paper holder, but at this point, there's just toilet paper on the side. You have to reach on the floor. What am I, monster? All right, well, gotta get one of those and do the little research for that. My friend Connie came over the other day, and I just moved in a week prior, and so she asked to use the restroom, goes in and goes, Evan, do you have any soap? Any hand soap? And I was like, oh, forgot about that. I've got body wash. Washes her hands. He goes, Evan, how can I dry my hands? I need a hand towel for the bathroom, all these different things I really wasn't expecting. Oops. Also, you might notice we got Pride here, Pride and Joy, my 2 avocado plants. The trees at this point, they're 5 years old. They've survived this whole entire time. Very excited. My friend Dodie took care of these 2 boys, and here they are. Now, I didn't ever want them to be in my flat, as much as they are lovely to be around. It's just that it's so windy in England in the winter, the weather's so bad, it looked like they were gonna die from being buffeted by the wind too much when they were on my lovely balcony, so I think I'm just gonna have to keep them in here somehow during the winter. Either way, it's nice. Adds a little bit of ambiance to the place. But this has been such an incredibly busy and exciting 2 weeks, 3 weeks of my life at this point. Every day, I'm either trying to find furniture that I'd like that fits the space, or building said furniture that arrives, or sorting out different things like kitchen organizers and stuff like that. Still don't even have a TV console. My TV is just TV too low. TV way too low. It's just on the floor. I had a handyman come in the other day, and after he failed to really help me out with what I was asking for, he went, well, give me a call if you need your TV mounted. And I was like, hey, I bought a little console thing. It's just taken 3-4 weeks. There's a big supply chain crisis at the moment. That's all right. It's fine. It's one of those things where it's not the biggest of deals. I can survive, but just extra little things like that. Trying to get different things to the flat was definitely a slow and steady process. Even though I knew what I wanted, I moved in during the Christmas period, so it's basically 2 weeks of bank holiday, and I couldn't really get much. The first couple days I stayed here, I just slept on the floor. No bed, no nothing, just on the floor, and I couldn't, for the life of me, figure out the heating, so we just kind of wore coats and slept on the ground wearing lots of coats. Yeah, I'm happy to be here. I'm genuinely, I still kind of don't believe that this has happened to me. And so, the ability to lay on a floor that is my floor, I was just blissful, I was very, very happy. But back on the heating, I swear, people that design, UI for standard smart heating systems that are integrated into flats like this are like Satan. I just don't understand what the point of having a device is that is so unuser-friendly that a person like me, I love reading manuals, okay? Maybe I'm the lamest person you know, but if I buy something, I want to know everything about it so that way I can use it well. For instance, I've read the manual on my stove, on my oven, on my fridge, freezer, on my dishwasher. I just want to know everything about it so I can use it effectively. That's why I know everything about this camera that I'm shooting on, because that way I can make the best quality stuff possible with the tools I have. And so I do a lot of research on these types of things. This stupid heating thing, Jesus, I actually still haven't figured out how to use it. I've read the manual 2 or 3 times, I've watched a YouTube video, but like I said, these things are not designed for anyone except for the most advanced guy who designed it. They need to hire someone else. I tried to get a smart thermostat installed, thinking this would solve my woes, and oh my God, halfway through it turns out maybe the smart thermostat isn't compatible with my system, and well, that was a waste of a handyman. But here we are. In fact, one of the things that I don't have in this flat that is a bit bizarre that I still don't have, there's just an empty space behind me. I don't have a dining room table. There's nowhere for me to eat. In fact, until 2 days ago, I had no table of any sort. I've just been either eating on my lap here on this lovely couch that I got and arrived, like, luckily within the first week, or I would just eat on the floor. It took a while for these things to arrive, and I still haven't really chosen a dining room table. I thought I did, but they're so hard. Either they look really hideous and gross, or they're really expensive. You really can't have one or the other. I'd like to find something like vintage or used or something that fits the aesthetic, but I just haven't yet. That's like the biggest purchase that I haven't made yet for the flat. Maybe I just will never eat on a table here. But hey, I built this lovely coffee table the other day. It's lovely. It's got walnut and white trimming, and it will match the console when it arrives. I've planned out so much of the different wood grains, the different color schemes going on in my living room, very meticulously, because I just really like it. For instance, these lovely little throw pillows here have a nice splash of yellow, which matches my ochre on the throw, which should match the rug, which is also a teal and ochre yellow geometric pattern. So that's really exciting. Also, something exciting that I'm bringing back for the first time in 7 or 8 years, basically since Dovenflat, I'm going to have my flat have a guest book. I just really love the concept. I still have my guest book from Dovenflat, so I was just reading the other day, and it's so nice to see these memories that are now physical, there forever, on this piece of paper, and I can just flip and be like, oh, that's what Orla said when she visited. Oh, that's what Nikki said when he visited. It's such a lovely feeling to be able to have these, memories of everyone's thoughts on the day and what was going on, like a little time capsule. And so I've got one hopefully on the way, so anyone that visits my flat can sign, say what they're thinking about, and I'm just really excited about that. And because I'm extra wanky, I have named this flat the Viewfinder. I like it. I like that it's got multiple meanings. We got nice views here, getting those views on the YouTube, and it's a camera thing because I like taking photos. So the Viewfinder, it'll be all over the guest book, and yeah, that's the type of guy I am. I name my flats. I've never lived in a flat I didn't name. I just like the idea. Now, I do love the avocado there, but I actually have so many other plants from my previous home that my lovely friend Ruby has been taking care of for 5 to 6 months now. I need to get them back. It's just holiday period, but that is one thing that this place definitely needs, is all of my plants back. I love plants so much. I'm a house plant guy. Hopefully, though, these plants still remember me as their dad. I don't want them to, have this thing where now they associate Ruby with plant mom, and they're like, take me back to mom, and I'm like, 9? Ich bin dein Vater. But out of all the things this flat doesn't have that I haven't gotten quite yet, one of the most annoying ones that I never once considered before moving in, because it's just something I took for granted in every other flat, blinds. Some sort of window fitting. I don't have blinds at the moment. I have a giant window which anyone can just look in and see me at any time of day, in all of the rooms, basically. I have no privacy. And actually, funnily enough, the only way I've found to get a little bit of privacy in my bedroom when I want to, binge watch some YouTube videos is to put up my sound blanket. So, it kills 2 birds with 1 stone. It's the most me solution ever, but you know what? It does the job. Evan, why don't you get blinds? Holy crap. Blinds are very, very complicated and expensive. I keep going in between, just get someone to measure the windows and put the blinds in, to I'll just measure them myself and put it in myself, and watching DIY videos. And I keep going back and forth because the one where people do it for you is hella expensive, but if I do it myself, I can, save a lot of money, but then also, which way do I do it? Do I have the blinds on the inside of the window pane, or just in the cove, or external outside of the cove? There's a lot of blind stuff. And the way that I am when I buy things, I do stupid amounts of research. I'll watch every YouTube video on this item in the planet. I will read every Reddit review possible. I will get so much information that I basically breathe the product, right? I understand it. It is now my hobby subject, blinds. I'm a boring adult. But, and I want to know if this is mildly relatable to anyone here, I have this weird sort of neuroticism revolving around getting like highly researched in certain fields in regards to buying something that I like. Because I've been burned a lot of times in the past. As soon as I cheap out and go, oh, I'll just get this cheaper SD card. The SD card ends up breaking, I lose footage, it's annoying. And one of the nicest purchases for my kitchen I ever bought was a really good chef's knife. Ever since getting it, cutting has been an absolute breeze. I really love chopping up vegetables with it because it's so sharp and so nice, and I bought it. It was like 70 quid. It was like, Jesus, that's expensive, but also it is a really, really good knife. Now, the other day, Heather was over and we were trying to cook things, and she was like, Evan, you need a bread knife. So I'm like, well, what do I need a bread knife for? I don't have a bread knife. Who needs bread? She was like, yeah, I've been cutting bread. I need a bread knife. So I'm thinking, okay, well, I'll do the whole buy once or cry once thing. I go research the same company that makes my lovely chef's knife. Let's look at their bread knife. 100 pounds? 100 pounds for a knife that I don't even use? And my brain's like, well, this is a good quality one. Buy once, cry once, yada, yada. But I then had this like thing where I was just like, I can't. What? Why? And you know what I did? I found a 5-pound bread knife. And it's perfect. It's got a little plastic handle. I don't care enough about bread knives. Not everything needs to be a certain way, and my perfectionism doesn't really matter in that regards. 5-pound bread knife, bon appetit. I don't need a stinking fancy strainer. It's a strainer. I can get one for £3 at IKEA. Beautiful. I don't know if this is relatable to anyone, but I basically, my brain keeps going back and forth between buy once, cry once, and it's a toaster. I don't need fancy gizmos. Does it toast bread? It's a toaster. 20 quid, all I want. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to like budget, and it's so difficult when everything and anything pops up like, oh, did you realize you don't have soap? You know, at the end of the day, I am so incredibly happy and at ease that this has all kind of gone through. I'm so blessed. I'm so thankful for each and every one of you for even sticking with me this stressful period. I had the worst anxiety and I was at the lowest point of my entire life in the last couple months. And like I said, you've probably seen that if you've seen my second channel videos on the topic. I was really rough, and I kind of just felt like it would never end, and I just felt so incredibly trapped and suffocated. And the fact that this has now been all sorted is the biggest relief I've ever experienced, and I'm still not coming to terms with the fact that this is kind of mine now. And like I said, I can't really say anything except I'm just very eternally grateful, and I'm going to try my best to make 2022 a really, really, really great year, and a year in which I just take it a bit easy, but also just get back into the swing of things. I'm so excited to build out my freaking flat, my freaking home studio, freaking, like I got like a little desk setup going now, and I'm so excited to get things back and rolling. Just so you know, 2022, next week, I'm gonna be doing a video about my New Year's resolutions. I'm a big fan of New Year's resolutions. I've got a lot of them. I think it'd be nice to just have a little chat about that type of thing. I've also got a new Duolingo video popping up in your feed sometime soon. I've been really grinding on that app and learning a lot of Spanish, and so all my top tips and tricks for this upcoming year will be coming to you, and a lot more exciting collabs and things. 2022, it's gonna be a good year. Thank you so much for watching me. And yeah, I guess, you know, if you want to watch, I've got other content before I owned a flat, but other than that, subscribe for all the new stuff. Thank you so much, and I guess I'll see you guys on the next one from the Viewfinder. Goodbye.